Okay, welcome back to Garden of Good and Evil with MA-Ermor. This is Lucid here, so we're going to start with turn 9. And again, this is still at the point where I think I'm on turn 15 or 16 in the real game, so I'm catching everyone up. Let's take a look at what happened. I finally made my profit, and we revived a Dusk Elder, so that's good. We had some battles. Now, this did not go well. When you look at this and you see you lost all of your Knights of the Unholy Sepulchre, you basically want to cry. But as you can see, I killed all them. So let's watch that to see what happened. Okay. So let's make sure they got blessed. Not blessed, right? So that's not good. Actually, let's look at that again. How did this happen? So you can see I have these guys up here and they need to be back here, so that was really dumb. I've made a bunch of bad scripting mistakes. This should be a really easy battle, but instead both my non-blessed guys get killed. In fact, I don't even remember this, but yeah, this is really bad. But I still won, and I think it's because my priest got blessed and he's actually a badass. Has a fair amount of hit points, and then with the bless he has a good defense, so he just walked up and killed them. But as you can see, this was very, very far from ideal, and I basically gave up an expansion party for something where I should have really taken no casualties. Let's look here. This was an easy attack, and this party seems to be kind of scripted right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to dump the troops this guy has in this province so they can share. I'm also anticipating that these guys might attack me. And there's a reason for that. It's because it's very often that with MA-Ermor that people are just going to attack you on sight. So I'm definitely concerned about that. I'm expecting they might come here, so I am having both my armies meet here, and then from there I'm going to kind of try to take as many of these provinces as I can. What I might should have done was go ahead and attack him here, but I don't. Because I cautiously don't want... I want a little bit of time to get some of my infrastructure up before I have to worry about people invading. And if you look at it, I've got 3 months left on the fort here. I just started a fort here, which has 5 months. And then I got 4 months on a fort here. I'm going to start positioning to build forts here and here, but those aren't up yet. The other thing I did was I attacked this throne, which as you can see, it did not go well. Let's watch the battle. This was a kind of sizable force, though. I had 4 of these guys, which is good. And as you can see, I finally scripted them right. I put them in a line formation, and that's where they're nicely packed together here. Right? I probably could have done an arrow decoy. That would have been ideal. They have flaming arrows. And that brings me to the big challenge, and it's this asshole right here, who had a bunch of fire gems and he's F4. Right, so that freaking hurts. So this is what happens here. Now all these little will-o-wisps, right, they get flame burst, which is an armor-piercing attack. I can't remember if it's area of effect. No, but it's 20 attack. Look at these guys. 20 attack, 20 defense. These are really, really good versus, basically versus these guys. Little thug-like guys. More fire resistance. Yeah, so I definitely... Unfortunately, though, you can see that's not working. The good news, though, is I've killed most of the gems this guy has. He has no more fire gems. But that's not going to save me, and then these guys would be okay. But they're now without undead leadership, and they're going to die. So, yeah, that's not really good. I just lost my biggest expansion party right here, when instead what I could have done was build a scout in this province, go up to this tile, take this out. That would have been a definite win. Next turn I could have the scout go in here, I could then attack here, and then finally finish here. But now that thing is gone, and I'm down at an entire expansion party, and my acolyte's dead. So that was a huge hit. You can see I won up here, I won here and here, though here I did scripting errors that caused me to lose most of my forces. So I've made a huge number of errors at this point in the game. But I've done some things well. And also we see Agartha here. So I'm not sure if Agartha is going to point blank attack me. If I'm guessing right, Agartha probably wants to wait till he has Earthquake up before he attacks me. But I could definitely attack him. But I don't want to attack everybody. Somebody's going to be up here. Bandarlog's here. And I probably want to fight Bandarlog. That'll probably be easier. But I'm also fine fighting Agartha. So it kind of depends. Right now you can see I've switched to reanimating lictors. I'm moving my Dusk Elder out to start site searching. One of the things I want, so I need a gem income. Anything that adds to my death gems is really good. I have a really high base income of 15, but I'd like more. And I also need to find independent researchers, since I really want to spend gold on researchers and not death gems. But you can see there's not much. I could use one of these guys, but it's really no research after drain scales. So shamans are a really bad choice. They would be okay for site searching. And then you can see I haven't come across any good researchers so far, right? You know, like if there were lizardmen, that would be great. But yeah, really nothing. So there's no way for me to get good research, really, unless I get lucky on site searching or potentially thrones. So let's take a look at next turn. The other thing I'm doing is I'm moving a priest here, and I think the thought is I'm going to go ahead and build a temple there so I can start recruiting more priests. This province I don't get priests from. This one I will, so I really want to get this province next. It's probably going to be my next fort. And unfortunately none of my armies are in position to do that, and I'm more worried about kind of setting my borders than I am about getting this next province up. Don't have enough gems yet to get another archbishop, but that's something I'm going to be looking to do. Okay, that brings us to the next turn, which is turn 10. Turn 10. Okay, turn 10, we get a message from Ryla. Your death and desolation need to be kept to yourself. We see death in the north and will not tolerate the death of our followers. Great God, see Set Yig. So basically what he's saying in this message is, don't get your fucking dominion in my provinces, which actually I'm not going to do. That's another good thing about keeping your dominion located primarily around your throne, is not only do I get better income from all these peripheral provinces, but I'm not going to piss off my neighbors as much. Which is good, because I'm not going to be the best late game, but I'm going to be the best nation mid game. So I'd like a little bit of time to make it through early game, though quickly we are nearing the end of that, and I'm less and less worried. Okay, so what happened? I took this province, but I'm really down to just bare-bone troops. I'm not even sure I can take this one. It's a really weak province, but I could still die to it, because I've only got 18 troops. Right, so they actually outnumber me here. This is a pretty strong province. This guy... And as you can see, I finally have switched to line formation because I'm less idiotic. But I still could do it better, because this is 1.5 squares I need to bless. All I have to do is just put it back here, and this guy will bless himself and these guys in the same turn. And then instead of the unholy blessing, he'll probably unholy power. But I didn't do that. But this should still be fine. I'll still expand fine with that. And what I think you'll see, and we'll look in the next turn, but I probably... they probably attack much more in unison so they don't get split up and kind of picked off one at a time. You can see Bandarlog did not attack me like I thought he might, and kind of hoped he would. So anyway, I take this province, and I'm kind of thinking, oh, maybe he'll attack, but if he does, so what? He's got one Avatari chieftain here, which I should have noticed, but I didn't in the game, that this means he's probably building a fort. If I did that, I definitely would have attacked. Like, without a doubt. I would have attacked 100%. I'm site searching here. That's really all the news. Losing this expansion party was such a big deal, right? I should have had this attacked, and then I'd be attacking this one this turn and this one this turn. It's such a big deal. Really slowed my expansion down in this part of the map, and it's going to slow my fort production down. But I have enough gold this turn to revive an archbishop. This will probably be the first archbishop, because this one's just building lictors. This will be the first archbishop that I'm going to send out with troops. And as you can see, I already have a lot of knights built up. So when I put those on this next guy, he's going to be leading what is a very strong expansion force indeed. So let's see how that goes in the next turn, turn 11. Okay, this will probably be the last turn for this episode. You can see we found a magic site, Desert of Bones. Let's look at that. Desert of Bones, 1 death, hell yeah, and 1 fire gem per turn, and increases heat, which is nice because I've got Cold Dominion, and because I need to ideally get through this mountain pass. So something that increases heat means maybe in the summer I can get through here. We'll see. So I'm building a lab this turn because the other thing this allows me to do is recruit a Sorcerer of the Sands. Let's take a look. F1, A1, E1, right? Awesome path synergies, right? You can do flying shields. There's an item you can build. You can also cast that buff on yourself with the A1, E1. Earth and fire have a lot of synergy, and then I get a random for fire, air, earth, or death, right? So if I get a death random, then I can build the fire booster. If I get the earth random, I can build earth boots. If I get the air random, then I've got an A2, which allows me to site search better. And then the fire random gives me F2. Actually, that's probably like the least good, but it's not bad. And they have pretty good research. So these are going to be my research dudes for the first part of the game. So I was really lucky to find them because I didn't have any good independent researchers. What I have here is another army that moved in. These guys are going to be attacking the horse tribe. The light and heavy cavalry here. I should win that pretty handily. You can see I lost this battle here, right? So this is the battle against the independents where I said this was my original expansion army, which was kind of on its last legs. And you can see they got a little spread out, and then the first few dudes got picked off. We're probably going to kill these guys, but then they'll probably get picked off by everybody else. So see, their first group's routing. My dudes are going to be close to routing. So I think I can route pretty much any time now. But I don't. Instead, my sensor charges in due to his awesome route. And there he goes. He routes and then dies. So that was really unfortunate. I could have won that. I think the big deal was that some of my troops got split up and got picked off at the beginning. I potentially could have attacked here. That looks like a weaker province. I don't know if it was a scouting report issue, why I didn't see that last turn. But yeah, that's what happens. That was a risk I knew I was taking. That's not really a bad call. I'm reviving another archbishop, which is going to be good. So this guy, let's look at him. I've given him an army. He's sitting back here. He's going to bless everybody. Then he's going to do Unholy Power, which should get most of these guys all juiced up and ready to go. Then they're going to charge into battle. And then we've got 2 little swaths of militia, which will help if these guys are getting really surrounded. And this group is going to go out here. And my goal is probably going to be to either defend this territory from these guys or to probably attack. I'm not really interested in peace because what peace will mean for me is that all my neighbors attack me on the same turn, which I'm not really interested in. I would rather kind of attack one, and then while I'm dealing with them, the others feel there's less pressure to attack me. Or maybe they do, but at least that gives me a few turns of being at war with only one person instead of being at war with 6 people. And then I may get some more gold off being on the attack than being on the defense. So that's the plan. You can see, again, I'll just point it out, not losing that expansion party here was a really big deal. It's probably cost me 3 or 4 provinces now. I would have a much better foothold up here if I did attack, if I didn't die here. Fortresses are getting close to being built. 1 turn left here. Don't have enough gold yet to start building this one, but I'd certainly like to. What I'll probably do too with this group, let's see, I'll probably move him here and then I'll attack here because I really need these provinces. So I'll probably come in here and then go here and then here. Though if I'm really dumb or bad, I might move here and then come up. But I'll probably go here and here. We'll see. Ideally I go here, but then I have to spend another turn attacking here. If I go from here and attack here, then I'll get to this battlefront 1 turn sooner. So kind of a judgment call there. I see Ryla here. He's got a big army. He could bring it on shore, but I can go in the water. So he can mess with me, but I'll mess with him back. And he may not want to do that. So we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so that's going to be the end of this episode, and I will see you guys next time.